everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day of the week for all. And today in this video, I'm going to talk about my top 5 things I did at my dad's house. But now, I bet most of you guys know this if you've been a subscriber since 2012, or some of you may not know this, but my parents are divorced. They've been divorced since I was 3, and like my brother was like 4 or 5. And every other weekend when I was little, I used to go to my dad's house, and I'd always do a bunch of stuff with my dad. My brother and I would always do a bunch of stuff with my dad, and I'm going to talk about all the things we used to do at my dad's house when my brother and I were kids. And I'm going to get started. If your guys' parents are divorced and you live with one of your parents, like your mom or your dad, and you visit like your mom or your dad every certain amount of time, how often do you visit them? What do you do when you visit them? Let me know down in the comments below. So I'm going to get started. So number 1 on my list would have to be go for walks. Now, this is one thing my dad liked to do with me and my brother. He used to take me and my brother on walks downtown near his neighborhood. Like, he'd take us out for breakfast. He'd take us for walks to go to the video store, or he would just take us all around like the area, so we could get out of the house and stuff. And sometimes he'd even take us to the museums, which is pretty fun. Number 2 on my list would be go out to breakfast/lunch. Sometimes, depending on how hungry my brother and I were, sometimes my dad would take me and my brother out to lunch at one of the local restaurants in his neighborhood. Like, he'd take us to like any local restaurant. I remember we had one restaurant that sadly went out of business because they were out of food for 2 months, but it turned out it was supposed to stay out of business, and for some weird reason it said closed out of food. I don't know. So he used to take us for breakfast quite a lot. He didn't take us he would take us almost any weekend he had us, but sometimes it would just get expensive, so he'd take us out usually almost every time. Not all the time when he had us, because sometimes it gets expensive to go out for breakfast, but he'd take us like out to breakfast all the time. I mean, usually when we come and visit and stuff every once in a while, so it wasn't so expensive. And sometimes we go out to lunch and stuff, and one of the local restaurants, and it was really fun because I love local restaurants. I do like eating at chains, but I'm more of a fan of local restaurants. Number 3 on my list would have to be play video games. So my brother and I used to leave our video game system, well, it was my brother's. We used to leave my brother's video game system at our dad's house, so we had something to do. And the video games just really would keep us busy. And sometimes we teach our dad how to play video games. I remember we taught him how to play the game Perfect Dark, which was for Nintendo 64. If you guys remember Nintendo 64, let me know. No, Perfect Dark was one of my favorite games, and even Smash Bros. I used to love Smash Bros. When I was a kid. So we mainly kept that at my dad's house, so we just had something to do when we were kids and stuff, and it was really fun. But sadly, we don't have our Nintendo 64 anymore because it got stolen and it was never recovered. But we ended up replacing it later on with a Nintendo Gamecube. We don't even have a Nintendo Gamecube anymore because I think we got rid of that too. Number 4 on my list would have to be go to the movies. Now, this was one fun thing my dad used to do with me and my brother a lot too. Is like, he used to take us to the movies when we come and visit sometimes. Like, he'd take us to, like, we'd pick a movie that we all 3 of us wanted to see, and we'd go to see that movie that all 3 of us wanted to see. See, because we all had to kind of agree on a movie because it would make it easier for my dad, and it made it extra fun because, like, we loved to agree on, like, certain movies we wanted to go see. And if my dad and brother didn't agree on the movie I wanted to see, we would like, no. And then we try to find something else all 3 of us wanted to see so we all could enjoy it. Number 5 on my list would have to be go out for ice cream. Now, my dad used to take us to this local Dryer's ice cream store in his area. I'm not sure, I think it's still there. I don't know. I haven't been to it in a really long time. So he used to take us to the local Dryer's that was just right in his downtown area. And we loved going there because, like, we'd always get, like, our favorite ice creams. Like, my brother would get the bubblegum ice cream, my dad would get chocolate, and I would get chocolate. And it was pretty fun because he'd take us out for ice cream. And we just loved sitting at the table with him, and then we'd all eat our ice creams. And it was really, really fun, and it made it extra fun for my dad too. So those are my top 5 things I did at my dad's house. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day of the week, and I'll see you in a video soon. Bye.